Five, four, three, two, one.
Are you ready?
Gun the misery where the killers pop it over. When I say pop it over, I mean dealing with the tongue of the gun.
Well now, we call this the act of mating.
Yeah, we don't want to do anything to scare your children.
Real talk.
Real talk.
Real talk. Radio.
Motherfucker, I'm awesome. The clouds have slowly come over us. They shield no sun above us. The light on me, you will supply. The shine on me, you will provide. It ain't so bad, we can make up. Heavy clouds always break up. It don't matter, we see better weather anyway. And if the sun doesn't break through, and there's nowhere to run to, we can hang around, there's better weather on the way. The weatherman always says so, but there's one thing we both know. Gotta be better weather than yesterday. I know things will get better, better than the weather. Now you're the shine on me. It's not as dark as it used to be. Giving me the light I need. You cut shadows with the sun and slice hope for a new day. Lightning rock, you shock the sky. I'm hoping you recharge my life. It ain't so bad, we can make up. Heavy clouds always break up. It don't matter, we see better weather anyway. And if the sun doesn't break through, and there's nowhere to run to, we can hang around, there's better weather on the way. The weatherman always says so, but there's one thing we both know. Gotta be better weather than yesterday. I know things will get better, better than the weather. Brainstorming all over you. Every time I feel a cold chill. Stormy rain and weather balloons. Storms coming, we'll rise above it. Clouds aren't as dark as they seem to be. Storms coming, we'll rise above it. It ain't so bad, we can make up. Heavy clouds always break up. It don't matter, we see better weather anyway. And if the sun doesn't break through, and there's nowhere to run to, we can hang around, there's better weather on the way. The weatherman always says so, but there's one thing we both know. Gotta be better weather than yesterday. I know things will get better, better than the weather.
What's up, internet? This is part 3 of real shit.
I gotta tell you,
Why do we call this real shit?
because we actually are getting into real shit this episode.
Hey, if you heard part 2, you
Part 2, that hit somewhere very deep.
But you know what? I think
real shit.
But you know what? That's why I said let's agree on real shit, because it's gonna get deep like that, and it did. So
Okay, what's the next topic that we are going to discuss tonight at almost 1 o'clock in the morning?
the next topic I want to discuss about is actually what I was just talking about with my good friend Oscar. The word love. word love has been thrown around.
Don't fucking look at me.
Why are you looking at me?
You dick.
Why, he loves his mother. Let him love his mother. He should love his mother. Okay. The word love has been used, and few people that I've talked to have a conversation about this feel that the word love has been kind of thrown around and it's lost its meaning now. You know, and I can understand why. Because, you know, we talked about relationships before and all that about love and stuff like that. And, you know, I love you. You know, some people might mean it and know what love is, and some people really don't. But they just throw it around. Like, I talk to certain people and I tell them I love them because I enjoy their company, I enjoy who they are and what they've done for me. Other people that I don't know for so long and just like they're there as an acquaintance, I ain't gonna tell them that I love them. And quite frankly, I'm not going to tell them that I love them just because I'm around them. Like, if I love you as a friend or love you as a person, aside from being loved as a family member, that's a whole different thing. Or a wife or kids or something like that. But besides that, if I'm going to tell you I love you, that's because you've done something for me. Like, you've been there for me to listen to something. You've helped me out in a situation. You make an impact on me. That's the whole reason why love should be, because you love somebody because they change you for the better, or they help you for the better. You just don't throw it around, because love is a serious thing, and it has to be taken in a serious manner when you're going to tell somebody something, and you're going to have to mean it. You just can't throw it around, and you can't say you love somebody just to make them feel better. You can't just say that just to make people feel loved, okay? You can't do that, because some people, you know, you just can't be fake to people like that. You have to be straight up and you have to be brutally honest how you feel about somebody, and they have to respect it. Or if you can come to a mutual agreement to change the relationship that's being bestowed on, then change it. You know? I mean that's all I really gotta say. If I can get an input on that, I know you waiting for something. You always got something to say.
Hey man, I'm just saying, I feel like especially our generation, we throw around the word love too often, and we kind of do it. I don't know what. I can't really describe a specific reason why we do it or certain ways we do it, but I've seen it done way too many times. Like, people say, "I love you," and I'm just like, "Do you really? Do you? Do you?"
I don't know.
I got honest. I love you, bros.
I know. I do love you guys, though. We've talked about stuff before. We've done a lot together, you know, besides music and all that, hanging out and stuff, and just getting to know each other on personal levels. We have, especially Oscar, especially up at St. John's, man. I've been with this kid for about a year. Us and all our friends that we had up there, we just had a couple nights where we just let all of our problems that happened. That night we just had problems that were just chasing us and just, you know, just bothering us and all that.
And you realize that the people that we were talking to were actually the most real people that, from that group of people we had.
The people that go, they always have the saying too, the people with the biggest smiles always go through, the people that go through the most always have the biggest smile. Because when they smile, it's when they're not dealing with stuff. Like, there's a lot, I don't know if I worded that right, I apologize if I didn't, but there's a lot of people that I know that go through stuff at home, and they always hide it with a smile. And it's just like, as soon as they leave their house, the smile goes on. And as soon as they go back home, it's nothing but a smirk. Because home, sometimes they need to get away from it, because your home is supposed to be where you're comfortable, where you're supposed to be happy. You know, and then you're supposed to go out in the world and be like, well, fuck you people, I want to go back to my room and play my fucking Xbox and just Netflix and chill all by myself. You know, but yeah,
you get that weird look on your face, bro.
Well, because Netflix and chill, you have to do with somebody with your right hand, because honestly, you do by yourself. I mean, it's a little asexual production, but you know, it's better to do masturbation. Anyways, you need to be happy in your own home, because that's where you're raised, that's where you're brought up. And if you live in a home with just a happiness, you know, unhappiness and just always distress, you know, it's not gonna be good on you. It makes you feel like you have nowhere to turn. And I say that from personal experience, because I've had problems at home. I'm not going to say. But I've had problems at home, and it just really did not make me want to be home. I've always wanted to look for a way to go out. I've always looked for a way just to hang out with somebody, just so that way I could just escape home. And then...
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel.
Exactly.
Like, I think we all go through a point like that at one time or another in our lives, man. Like, yeah, I'm actually so anxious to go back to school right now because of the way all the drama I've been dealing with in my house. But I'm not gonna get into that. So, like, I just want, it's just that moment where it's like you got to get away for a little bit just to be just to like forget about it, be on your own, do your own thing. You know what I mean?
Exactly what I said before too. You know, part two, I said a lot of, you need help, If you have problems like that, you need to reach out to people. But everything works out for a reason. Like, you go through the stress because you overcome it and you will be happy for a good moment of time until you go through stress again and then you become out even happier. The pain, it gets better before it gets worse. And that always rings true. Because the stress that I went through at home, it worked out. Because I ended up moving and conditions have been better. And now I enjoy being home, Except for a factor, you got your mom nagging at you. Do this, do that, let the dog out, just typical mom stuff. Mom's got to nag you to keep your asses in check, And I can tell you,
I got mom.
Hey, listen, Latino and Italians know that best because nobody, Italian and the Latino mothers, you put our asses in check. Thank you, we love you.
Yeah, we do.
But now in all seriousness, like, if you got a place where you go to is happy, you go to it, man. It's not going to be perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect thing. You take those things that are not perfect and you try to make the best out of them. And that's how you get through situations in life. You take the worst things and you make it the best. And it's just, you have to have a positive outlook on life. Otherwise most of the time you could possibly be miserable before it gets better. You gotta create. You gotta have imagination just to see. Okay, what sucks, and how can I make it not suck? It's just a joyride that God's taking you on, and wants to see how far you can go.
You got any input on this, bro? Or just like,
I have no input. Sorry.
Really?
Wow.
I'm surprised. You usually have something about that. Is there anything you want to share? You don't have to. Are you thinking?
No.
You thinking? Wait, you're not thinking.
No, I don't want to get into it.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, man. Listen, and here's another thing too. I also wanted to say too. I noticed before people that I kind of worded myself wrong, and I apologize for that. If you do listen to it, I apologize there, and I apologize again. Certain situations I said that you need help in some things sometimes, and that rings true. If somebody needs the help, you have to go out and try and see if you can make sure you can help them. Give them a little slight push to make sure that you know that you're there and you are not burdening them if you have them tell you your problems. However, you don't push them too far, and you can't push them to a certain point, especially if certain topics are too sensitive to even go and push themselves. Just want to be away from the rest of the world. But you know what? Man, I even forgot where I was going with that. Jeez.
Ease up on the pushes, that.
Ease up on the pushes and all that, But the help is there, and you go for it. And if somebody, here's what I want to get to. If somebody does not want to talk about it, you have to respect that.
There you go.
A little urging, it's okay, but you can't go over the limit because that person will not want to break and not to talk to anybody at all. And you need to respect those boundaries too. There's always a boundary with something, and you always have to make sure that you don't cross it. Because if you do cross it, what you wanted to do in the first place is probably just going to be a lot worse. The reason that I'm stating that again, aside from the part 2, is that I really was trying to get that message across, but I didn't state it the way I wanted to. So I'm trying to make up for it now, and I hope it does, and I apologize to that. And anybody that listens to that thinks otherwise or has a little aggression or offense to that, I apologize to that. But besides that, man, this is real shit. And that's why it's real shit, because we're trying to talk to you guys and just make you realize the realization, and just to help yourself and just help other people. That's all we're trying to do. We do it through the music. Ryan, myself, and Oscar, we try and do that, man. We got Anonymous, man. Anonymous is great. We're trying to follow Anonymous and make sure that they stop all the corruption that they're doing in there, because we don't need people corrupt, man. We don't need people to be all upset and all this and trying to be something that they're not, and trying to follow a false group which is leading them to a life of shame instead of leading them to a life of education and a life that betters other people instead of themselves. Because let's be honest, the people that follow through the typical media and the typical bullshit that Anonymous is trying to get us away from is not bettering anybody else, and not even ourselves. It's just shaming us bad, it's just making us do evil things, and it's not helping the cause, it's not helping the future generations, as well as the past and the present. And we definitely have to give our credit to the past because they're the ones that put us there, and they're the reason why it was.
They basically paved the way for us to travel on. You know what I mean?
They say all the time that our children are the future. That's right, we are the future. But you know what? You're our past and you matter as well too. So we also have to make that our future. We have children ourselves that we have to make a change for. Even though despite the fact that we're still 18 years old, hey man, I don't know about you guys. I don't know. I don't want another kid until another 10 years. A girlfriend probably not until another 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
I like how you're wording all this stuff, man. What you prefer in your life, but you know, hey, you got your own opinion. Everybody's got their way of doing things.
You know what? You have your opinion, and so does he. But you know what? You just gotta pave the way. We have to help each other out, no matter how early this is. No matter how early you want to start, you have to have a game plan. You gotta help it. Whether it's through music, whether it's through making people laugh, which I do on my Instagram. I'm not shaming public myself. I'm done doing that today. I've done enough of those. All right.
Yeah.
Today's 24 hours. We're done with that shit. Anyways, get back to the point. You just have to help people, man. If you can make them laugh, if you can be a good open ear for them, you can make them see the light to something. That's all you have to do. And that's just the way that you do God's work and you make other people want to embrace the good word and the good news. I feel like I'm going to church right now.
Hey,
take me to church. I don't know the words, man. I don't know these words. But, I mean, I think I'm done here, man. Everybody else has something they want to talk
Actually,
to?
there's kind of one thing I've been wanting to talk about. And it's just something that's been bothering me for years. I could be the only one, maybe not. There could be very, very few people who've gone through this. People, have you ever been in a situation where like your friend's trying to mouth you a message or trying to signal you, and you just don't get it? Like,
well, it might be
you're
because
staring at them with that weird ass face, going, "What are you saying?"
Well,
you and I have been through a couple of those experiences. You want to elaborate on what I'm trying to say?
Sometimes I think it might be just because I'm fucking deaf, but that's besides the point.
No, it's not. It's not even deaf. It's like
you can't read facial expressions. You can't read signs.
I'm not saying this. I know body language too well. That's all. This is all you guys.
I can't read that word. The shit. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
You can't read body language at all. You can't read lips. I can't do that either. I can sometimes get body language. No offense, that's kind of common sense. Somewhat. For instance, today, during the show, Oscar was trying to tell me something. I had no idea what he said, so I said, he tried mouthing words to me, and I can't read lips either, so I'm trying to give him a gesture. Hey, text me. Huh? I have to use my phone and literally imitate me texting.
Just for me to get the hint, but yeah, anybody ever been in that kind of situation before? Like how the hell do you end up like? I'm one to like just be completely oblivious to what you're saying if you're trying to use like body language or mouthing words, and I feel like that's gonna screw me in life somehow. You ever get that?
It's gonna screw me over too, so you're not the only one. Okay, we're together on that one. I don't know.
Xbox over here knows how to read body language pretty well.
I mean, I did watch a documentary on body language and just how it is. And after watching it, I just got a better understanding of just how it goes. And just really facial expressions is just the way that people talk or to move a certain way. Even in something as simple as just a tone of voice. Like, you can listen to it, but you have to match it up between the voice and the face. Because sometimes it doesn't match up. You know, there was 2 interviews, there was 2 segments that happened where one person sounded like he was telling the truth, but his face didn't see it. Whereas a person, their face sounds like looked like they were telling the truth, but their voice or tone shows that they were lying. Well, the tones do matter, because when you get bothered by something, your facial expressions and your tone of voices really do become affected. But if you are faking it, and you have to be a really good actor for it to pass. If you are faking it and you're not good at it, the tone will usually pick it up. And that's why usually people that usually do investigations with cops and stuff like that, like, they are really good at that shit. I don't know how they do it. There's body language and all. They just know, man. Just all psychological shit.
You're just like, you don't know what to say about this topic.
Yeah.
Well, all I gotta. All I gotta say is, well, I'm taking sign language this semester. Hopefully that'll help me out a little bit.
Maybe.
Because that's a legit body language. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
So,
it is.
so hopefully that'll help me out a bit. So anyway,
I do want to mention about the topic that we were talking about. The part two, because I did get some messages. The topics that X-Pac mentioned about people asking for help. He was listing examples of the topics. We, in Real Talk, we don't mean to offend you in any way. We don't mean to bring up past experiences. We don't mean that at all. We are just trying to say, listen, if you need help, come to someone, talk.
I believe he's elaborated on that already. But
Well, no,
No, it's better if he puts his voice in too, because we need all the
well, no, because someone texted me earlier, and they told me that because he and I brought up the rape.
Yeah.
We just brought up the topic, just rape in general, and this person had been through that,
well,
and
it's not really an easy topic to just kind
but
of
no,
talk
because
about
it's-
or try to seek help for.
no,
like,
that's not the.
That's what I'm trying to say is we get that it's not an easy topic to like just.
That's
just talk
not
about.
the case that I'm trying to get at. The topic that we just brought it up. Which we are sorry for. We don't mean to do that to you. And to anybody who else.
That's been
Just
through that experience.
just the word rape. We don't mean to bring up bad past memories and images. And so we apologize very dearly. Yes, X-Pac did say this.
I did. I admit it, and it was just an honest way of just trying to get a point across. But I might have crossed the line. That's why, again, fifth time I'm apologizing again. No harm done. You know, I have friends that have gone through it. You know, I've heard them out, and you know, it's hard for them to talk, and I understand it. But just thinking it and talking at the same time, I didn't put the words together. And I shouldn't have probably said that particular topic, though, because it is hard to talk about. And quite frankly, honestly, even jokes about that, you can't.
You
joke
can't
about
you
that.
can't joke about that. If someone fucking jokes about that, they need to have a nice sit down, straight fucking talk.
I hope you know that, like, sometimes, like, I have girls that joke about that, and I'm like,
That's not
don't
funny.
joke about that, honestly. Because number one, okay, it's very serious for girls and for guys, you know, because girls go through that, and guys too. It just makes them feel like shit because you know you have them walk around. It's like, oh, like you rapist. Like it's hard. You know, it's a horrible feeling for everybody. So if you want to do one joke, you want to joke about anything, never make that a joke. And I strongly condone it, and I strongly get pissed off when it happens. And it's just like, don't do that. Personal experience, because I know people like that, and we all do. You know, it's just you don't do it. It's a very big problem right now, and it's just one thing that we need to stay away from.
Yes, we do. So, I apologize. We apologize in advance for the topics. We're just trying to lend out a helping hand. And this is the reason why Real Talk is called Real Talk, because we talk about serious stuff. I know ATR and we talk about serious stuff, but we don't really get really deep into it because...
So first for Real Talk right now.
Well, no, it's... For the last 5 minutes, I'm explaining. For ATR and we're not... In my opinion, and what I see, and I can honestly say, I'm comfortable... I'm not comfortable. I'm uncomfortable talking about those types of topics because I'm just afraid of what people are going to react about them. So, but they need to be heard, and they need to be talked about. So, this is the reason why Real Talk is called Real Talk. It was different with ATR and because we set limits for us. But now, since ATR is not here, the limits are going to be rechanged.
It's not even that. I just think that the limits with you guys were just not established yet, and they should have been established so that way I wasn't able to say that. But like you said, it was probably a good thing that we brought that up because nothing should be sugarcoated in life. You know, if there's a reality about something, we're not going to go by it. If it needs to be said, we are going to say it. We are going to say it, man. You know, you can't let things go by like that, you know, because if everybody's got this problem but nobody speaks up, then it's just like, oh, okay.
You're not making awareness.
It's not like, oh, it's okay then. No, it's not fucking okay. We have to make sure that this is aware and that it's said and that it's put out there that these things are not okay and we're going to speak about it.
Yes, so I'm going to make this statement. Real Talk is actually going to get it's going to have a little bit of a makeover. And when ATR comes home, he's going to experience a different Real Talk. Because I think Real Talk needs to have a little bit of a makeover and a little bit of a changing. Don't worry, I'll still talk about sports. That's still on the table. Don't worry. Preseason's not over yet. Once the regular season first week starts, don't worry, I'm gonna be all over that shit. But when we're not talking about football, we're not talking about sports, Real Talk is gonna get a little bit more into, you know, topics that need to be talked about in news. I don't want to go to bed in a weird way here.
Well, I hope you don't mean by yourself. Oh, you want to snuggle with me, man? That's all.
The only person I'm gonna be snuggling is with my girlfriend. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Keep thinking that, bro.
You better not be in my bed when I'm sleeping.
I'm gonna whip it out and whiz all over you.
Oh, what are you, R. Kelly?
Oh God.
He did that?
Yeah.
You never knew?
Yeah, I'm R. Kelly.
Oh,
With that note, we will talk to you right before the show SummerSlam tomorrow. I'm HBK, X-Pac, Scar.
We're just full of apologies tonight, man.
Yeah, we apologize. And I apologize to ATR if he's listening to this about me going off on him. He knows what I'm feeling because this weekend sucked for me. No. Okay, let me rephrase that. It sucked. In a way, this feels different to me. Because I love having you guys here. Don't get me wrong. I love having you guys here. It's amazing and it's a stress reliever. I'm not used to Austin not being here because I got so close to him. And like I said, he's a big brother to me. And he always will. So I'm just not used to him being away and not doing Real Talk, not hanging out with him, not, you know, if I have a bad day at DCC, I can't stop by his house. Because no offense to Sam, I can't really go there. Because Sam takes it a little bit too literal. And plus, Austin knows me, so so my emotions right now are a little bit screwed up, and I can honestly say that. But having the full DX here is actually helping me, and so I thank you for that. So
just like I told you, dude, everything will work out. Stay truthful. I'm telling you.
And I believe that, but it's just I'm not used to it yet. So
Oh, I know. Yeah, it takes time, but just think everything will work out. Just keep it in the back of your head.
But to end off on a good note, you're gonna hear predictions, more predictions of WWE. If you didn't catch NXT TakeOver, we'll be talking about those results tomorrow. Like I said, Harper Kid, Xbox, Scar, we'll see you tomorrow.